How to write songs when you don't feel like it. Have you ever struggled emotionally with your songwriting? You start making up excuses so that you don't have to work today, or you start writing and it's a struggle to keep going? In this video, I'll explain how to get past those feelings, how to find the fun and get yourself songwriting again. Hi, I'm Trevor Dimmoff. I transform musicians into songwriters at epicsongwriting.com. Watch the video all the way through and then click the link in the description. It'll take you to a summary of everything I talked about and some more depth and details to help you apply this, so that you don't just watch this video passively and then forget everything as soon as you flick to the next video. If you ever struggled emotionally with your songwriting, you start making up excuses. Oh, I'm too tired. I don't feel like it today. I'll do it tomorrow. Or you start writing and it's a struggle just to keep going. You physically want to leave the room, or you just can't focus on anything and your mind's racing all over the place. Here's how to get yourself into the songwriting zone so that you're writing songs instead of making excuses and arguing with yourself. First, let's talk about some mindsets. There's 3 I want to consider. Number 1, find the fun. Number 2, reset your expectations. And number 3, focus on your process, not your product. Find the fun. If you're not enjoying this, why would you do it? It's art. It's creative. You're supposed to be enjoying this, losing time and getting so engrossed in this that you can't even think about anything else. So you need to find the joy. You need to stop being so serious about this. Stop thinking like this is life and death, and just enjoy it. Do some stuff. Doesn't matter what you come up with. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can redraft it later. Stop stressing over it. Now, it's easy to say that, but how do you do that? Well, reset your expectations. That's point number 2. If you think you can write a song every day and you can't, it's frustrating, isn't it? If you think you should be able to sit down and write a verse in 10 minutes and you can't because that's too hard or the expectation's unreachable, it's frustrating. It's not going to be any fun. You're going to wind up arguing with yourself because you can't do what you think you should be able to do. Your expectations are not achievable. That's just a problem. So you need to bring them down to something you can reach, or better yet, just get a little past. Once you can do that, push it a little bit, push it a little bit more. But right now, focus on what you can actually do. One way to do that is to number 3, focus on the process, not the product. Writing a song is really difficult and complicated, but I can work on my songwriting today and tomorrow and the next day, and I can keep building on that and building until I finish a song. Process. I can think about how I'm writing rather than I've got to get this done. So process, not product. Anytime that you're having problems, most of the time you can fix it by adjusting your process. You can't fix it by getting something that you can't, so that's product. Process, product. Focus on the process. It will help you get there. So once again, the 3 mindsets. Number 1, find the fun. Get some joy in it. Number 2, reset your expectations, bring them down that you can get to them. And number 3, focus on the process. How do you get to those expectations instead of focusing on the end product? Here are some action steps to help you get there. Number 1, build yourself a songwriting warm-up. If you have a vocal exercise that you enjoy, do it. If you have an instrumental exercise that you enjoy, it helps you focus on what you're supposed to do next, making music, writing, creating, do it. My favorite songwriting exercise is brainstorming. So I will link up here. I'll pick a topic and write ideas about it. It doesn't have to make sense. It's not chronological or linear. I just idea as soon as I think of it. My goal is to come up with as many ideas as I can. I'll usually go for 5 minutes. That's my warm-up. Done. Now I'm in songwriting land. I've already got my juices flowing. I've got my creativity on, and I'm ready to go. So build yourself some kind of songwriting routine. You need to block out the world and get your head in songwriting land so that you can get productive. Number 2, songwriting exercises. There's some up there. What you can make up your own. Instead of trying to build a song with all of these things you've got to get from beginning to end, and the lyrics and the melodies and the chord progressions and the arrangement pattern, and pick one element. I want to work on rhymes. Here's a rhyme exercise called Rhyme Find. Pick a word and come up with as many rhymes as you can. Easy. So focus on rhyming. You can focus on the rhythms. You can pick a line from a song that you like and write a different ending to it. It doesn't have to rhyme. Focus on maybe copying the rhythms, for example. You can come up with chord progressions. So instead of focusing on the whole song, I'm going to work on chord progressions today. And I'm going to pick a key and come up with 3 chord progressions. I don't have to like them, but I'm just going to create them. You could work on arrangement patterns. Here's a chord progression. How can I play it? Find 2 different ways. Find 5 different ways. Depends how much time you have. So songwriting exercise instead of song. Break it down into something small. Number 3, play a song. Play something you know. If you can find something different to do with it, change the tempo, change the key, change the accompaniment pattern, do something different with it. Original or cover, just play some music. Number 4, learn a new song. I think of every song as a new opportunity to steal an idea and put in one of my songs. So maybe the accompaniment pattern, maybe pattern from song X and chord progression from song Y and the subject of song Z. So I've got 3 different ideas, mix them all together. Use my own creativity. I'm not stealing if I transform it. So learn something new. Write something that's not lyrics. Write prose, write a story, write point form, write about all the reasons that you didn't want to play today. Do something creative with it. Come up with an idea and just write something that's not song lyrics. It doesn't have to be song lyrics to get yourself doing something songwriter-ish. And finally, daily songwriting. Follow the description link and you can enter your name and email address. I'll send you a PDF that summarizes all of this. It's a way to build a regular habit so that instead of thinking about songwriting, you just go do it. Here's the mindsets again. Number 1, find the fun. Number 2, reset your expectations so they're achievable. And number 3, focus on the process, not the product. How are you songwriting, not what is the end result? Here are the action steps again. Build a warm-up routine so that you get yourself into your songwriting zone. Pick a songwriting or make a songwriting exercise. Focus on one element instead of trying to do everything. Play some music, especially if you can find a way to change it. Learn something new. Learn new music. Write. Doesn't have to be lyrics. Just write in point form or write a story. And finally, in the link description, you can get daily songwriting. PDF that'll explain how to build a songwriting habit so that you're not thinking about it and just getting busy every day. Thanks for watching all the way through. I'm Trevor Dimoff. I transform musicians into songwriters at epicsongwriting.com. After you click the link description, go write something.